Hi, everybody.
I can't believe who was the first one to comment.
Been a while. Just because he's going to see me Saturday night, he won't
What's
act like a big fan.
yeah? What's up, Corey?
He's a Smash Masters. I don't know if that's Stefan or Nick, but hey, what's up, both of y'all, or one of
Yep.
y'all, whoever.
One of yous.
Nick
One of you.
Prang.
There's the other one. So one must be.
No, it's Nick Prang.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Come on, man.
Sorry, man. Yeah.
First time.
All
Lethal
you
Dick
ladies.
Company.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's Nick.
Stefan, of course.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yep.
I make it home on time. I'm always home on time. It's just I'm here early. Stefan.
So anyway, what's up, everybody? Hope y'all had a. Oh my God, old man still up. Y'all grew up. What?
What's up, Adam?
What's up, Adam? Anyway, hope everybody's had a good week so far. With it being Labor Day, I didn't work Labor Day. We took off because Reed was here for the weekend. But it makes it like talking with somebody earlier. Like, crap, I forgot it's Wednesday. We got a show tonight.
Yeah, when we have a day off during the week, it screws my whole schedule up, and I can't keep up with anything after that. Just throw it in the trash, and we just make it day by day until everybody says, "Have a good weekend." I'm like, "All right, cool. It must be Friday."
Same here. Hey, and y'all can go on the PDR Apparel website, pdrapparel.com, and get those new Ginger Bro shirts that y'all started making fun of us and wanted, and so we made it happen.
You might be Steve Carell on Bruce Almighty.
That's like one of the funniest parts of that whole movie.
I love it.
Yeah. Every day feels like Monday. Yep. When you have a hailstorm and
every Monday.
God.
Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all go order it. I extended the Labor Day sale, so get 10% off through Friday. So y'all go do that.
I don't think I got my 10%. I think you did that after I ordered my stuff.
I think you got it. I
didn't pay attention. I just ordered.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Hopefully you did. Anyway,
oh well, it is what it is.
We got a good show tonight. So another good guest on here tonight. I don't think I've ever met Adam in person.
I haven't either.
But like we were talking about behind the scenes here, you kind of feel like you know each other just by like Facebook and maybe seeing each other and stuff, and MTE and all that kind of stuff. But I can't remember half the people I meet at MTE.
I wonder what MTE was like before like social media and stuff. Like, who's this asshole?
Yeah, they did smoke signals and stuff like that. Rob Ivy would know.
Yeah. Rob, did he ride your dinosaurs to MTE?
Oh, anyway, let's go ahead and bring him on. We got Adam Williams on the show. What's up, brother?
Oh, he said, "No, you don't."
He said, he ain't got you on there.
Got him.
He'll be back in just a minute.
So
there he is.
Yeah, a little technical difficulty. Apparently, while you're doing a podcast on your cell phone, you can still get group text messages from your family while they're on vacation.
Yeah.
Probably for that.
I think if you answer it or click on it, then it'll turn the screen black. So yeah. Usually when a guest is on and the screen turns black, we're like,
we already know.
We know what it is.
Yeah.
That's what if I get a phone call, I'm on my MacBook. If I get a phone call, it shuts it all down. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Luckily, I just screwed up enough times earlier backstage that I was able to fix it in a couple seconds. So,
yeah.
Oh,
you got the hang of it.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
We've had way worse, I promise you. You were on in time for the show to start. That's better than some.
Well, show ain't over yet, boys. Don't get me.
Well, at least we can hear you, and you're not cutting out. If that happens now, it's most likely our internet or my internet or somebody's.
Got a storm rolling through.
Yeah.
But anyway, so good to have you on.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
I know we were talking a lot. backstage and stuff. And but first, we want to kind of dive into how you got started or how you heard about this wonderful industry that we're in, PPR. And why you chose to go the route that you did.
Well, so long story short, my dad was in the car business back whenever he was young. Um, I'm basically like a third, fourth generation guy myself. So my dad bought and sold cars in Springfield, Missouri, and ran into a guy by the name of Jerry Powell,
Yep.
and that was in the mid '80s. And so my dad was really good at doing body work, very, very good at what he did. And so he he's in the showroom one day, and one of the sales managers walks up to him and says, "Hey, um, there's a guy back here that says that he can take a dent out. Um, and hey Jesse, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, Jesse.
Uh, says, he can take a dent out and you'll never have to paint it." And of course, my dad's like, "God, that's witchcraft. There ain't no way." You know.
Yeah.
Um, about 45 minutes later, he comes bringing the vehicle back up front, and it was gone. Uh, Dad said, from what I knew of PDR back then, the guy waved a magic wand and made it disappear, and I was mesmerized, And so he kept raving about it. And back then, it cost 50, 60 grand
Yeah.
to get trained on how to do it. And he had half the money, but he was asking my grandpa for the other half, and my grandpa thought it was witchcraft and said, "There is no way I'm giving you money to go into some hocus pocus type stuff. It ain't gonna happen." And so, uh, yeah, just he kind of let that dream go. And uh, you know, 20, 22, 3 years later, kind of found myself in a spot of, hey, I love cars. I like doing hands-on work. I've got a artistic mind, things like that. I got to figure out something to do,
Yeah.
And I'd always liked. There's some local guys in Lebanon. A guy by the name of Brad Dark, actually. That I got to be honest with you, I idolized the guy because whenever I saw from the beginning to the end of what he did, it was so much better than where he. I mean, and I was like, well, that didn't. I mean, that didn't look that hard,
Yeah.
And so I kind of it started. The wheels started turning, And like I said, I found myself in a spot where I was just like, I got to do something with my life. So it's either continue on this path that evidently is not, I'm not. I don't own rental houses yet or a Bentley, so I better figure out how I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
If I want to get to a place where I'm happy in life is just my whole goal. And so, yeah, I looked up some trainers. I got trained by a guy out of Bolivar, Missouri. Um, that literally, it was supposed to be like a um, 2 week training course, but I got some lessons learned that were outside the PDR industry during that training course. And so all together, I got about a day and a half worth of training. And yeah, out of 2 weeks. And that's kind of what made me headstrong, thinking, I'm not sure it's supposed to go that way. But nevertheless, he told me at the end of that day and a half, "Man, ain't nothing I'm going to teach you that you're going to learn from here. So you got to learn it on your own." And I had a dad, like I said, that was very good at what he did. So in the beginning, as I was younger, my dad, unless I accomplished basically winning the Olympics or something, I mean, he wasn't. It didn't seem like he was too eager to say he was proud of me.
Yeah.
But he did it for good purpose. He always wanted me to strive to be the best, and didn't ever want me to come up short. So actually, he was probably the most influential person, and from that point on, the most influential person in my entire career. Because even if it was gone, Mr. Eagle Eye would come along and he's going to try to figure out if he could find something in my work. Well,
Right.
1 month in, you're going to find something. 3 months in, you're going to find something. Until, guys, I was working, 14, 16 hours a day. I was on a mission to prove a point to my dad that it can be done, and it can be done um, to perfection. And so, yeah, within a year, I think it was pretty good. But looking back after being in it for 5 years, I would look back at my 1 year self and say, "Man, you weren't even close."
Yeah.
Yeah. Fully
And
get
since
it.
and since then, I'm pretty confident in what I do. I take a lot of pride in my work, and um, you know, some contact with Gary Powell a little bit over the years. I've got some buddies that I help along the way that and other guys that help me influentially. Guys that give me some good advice, and I would watch them and get pointers from them, and then things that I could see them doing that I may tweak that a little bit, or I may kind of do my own thing with it, and just just really try to learn anything and everything I could possibly learn about PDR from top to
Trying
bottom.
to soak it up with any
Yeah.
and everybody you can. What year was this that you started diving into it?
So I started diving into it in 2005, and then 2006 is when I went to the trainer.
Okay.
Um, just I just couldn't quite, you know, get it figured out.
Yeah.
So
Did
went to
you
the trainer.
once you started, I guess, practicing on your own after the trainer
Mhm.
and all that, were you full time into it, or were you at a body shop just kind of doing it on the side, or
No, so my dad was a car dealer, or is a car dealer. He still is.
okay.
Basically, I had endless supply cars
Nice.
uh, to
That's how I
practice on.
learned.
Yeah, he just said, "Hey, there's another car out there that's got something on it. Go figure it out." And so I did, man. I mean, I was on a mission, and uh, but other than a day and a half training and some things I picked up from some guys here and there along the Hale Trail, um, everything else I had to pretty much beat my head against the wall until I figured it out. So
Well, I know exactly where you're coming from on that.
yeah,
Luckily, I didn't pay for training. They sent another guy to the training while I worked out my notice at the previous, and when he came back, he's the one that showed me. But it was the same thing,
Blind leading the blind.
2 weeks of just him working on a hood, and we had all the used cars that we wanted to fix.
yeah,
And so the first dents in the door, how do you get to that? I don't know. Why not? Well, I've been on the hood for 2 weeks, you know.
yeah.
But it was, I'm like you. I watched, I could pick it up pretty quick, and then it was just, man, I got every car I want to practice on, a dent on any kind of panel. How do you get to this? So you learn a lot, you know. So yeah, that's awesome.
Some things that slowed me down a little bit is trying to see the limits of PDR and how far you can actually take it. Has a tendency to, I mean, man, I didn't have all the, and I did it because I thought I could just do it all with my hands, slide hammers, and now they got these towers and
Oh yeah,
Sal Contreras slot bar thing. Kiko's come a long way in the industry with their big tabs, and Cam Auto's come a long way in the assistance of just big dent repair.
yeah,
And our tools have evolved exponentially. I mean, they're literally. If I walked from 2005 or 2006 into today, just in a 24-hour period, I'd be like, what am I going to do
yeah.
with all this stuff? It's
Yeah.
completely different.
I mean, I
So
started in 2013, and just from then to now, in 11 years, holy crap! You
yeah,
Yeah, I
know,
talk about, I was
it's
doing it from '03 to '05 and I always talk about the glue pull, and then like that was last resort. Now I'm probably glue pulling something 90% of the time before I start pushing on it. So,
yeah,
I mean
yeah.
the the one I had today, and I shared it, and of course I shared it with Jonathan and Barry. But the JVF retention system, it's not that this couldn't be repaired how it used to be, but
2000 was arguing over Ace Hardware versus
That
Walmart.
is a
You ain't
true
lying.
story right there. Yeah.
Stupid tabs.
But without this system, I mean, it just made it move like pure butter.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just smooth. I mean, just the whole process on it, and which I'm bad about doing repair videos. I finally spent the time kind of doing one today, and because they've been asking about, I'm like, yeah, I use the retention system. You know, do you have any videos? Probably somewhere, but but finally did it today. But anyway, without stuff like that now, man, it's just it's amazing.
He's talking to Rob.
Yeah,
about doing big smashes for lateral tension and glue. I love our guys in the group.
Yeah, my shoulders were my lateral tension devices. That's for sure.
Or the big heavy slide hammers and even before the edgy hookers come out. I mean, creating stuff to get them edges, but having something now that's able to put the tension back and pull up while you're dollying, like the edge of this hatch, which had crushed the whole side of it down.
Yeah.
How many Ford Taurus bubble doors have you done in your life?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah, back in 05, they were still kicking it.
Well, listen here, boys. I live in Lebanon, Missouri. I don't know if y'all have heard of Lebanon, Missouri, but that is basically the used car capital of the world. There's more wholesale car dealers here than I think per capita than there is any other city in the United States.
Wow.
So either you're married to a car dealer, your father's a car dealer, your brother's a car dealer, your cousin's somebody is a car dealer in your family. And so, we had one car dealer that would deal in volumes of those Ford Tauruses. and I would do 20, 25 of those a week.
Mm-hmm.
Just big, nasty, V-shaped right through the roll of the outside of that door. And I got pretty good at it after a while. Yeah, I knew my way around.
We've been telling Kevin Bird and all that needs to be the dental Olympic cars.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like, let me
hey, give me about 15 minutes. I could probably find 4 or 5 of them for you.
Right? We had one come in the other day. I was like, "Oh, let's go." Of course, they weren't going to pay what I needed to fix it. But
the paint may not be the best on it either now. But
I don't know if y'all know. I'm sure you know Corey Pope, but he was my wingman for a few years, and I promise you, if he shows up on his show any time during the duration of the show and he hears something about Ford Tauruses, he's probably going to put a puke emoji on the bottom.
Yeah, we've had him on. We had him and Brittany on a while back.
Yeah.
But we love
the Popes.
Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This whole Bronco he's doing now.
Gave Jeff PTSD.
And I promise you, when that guy gets done with the vehicle, it's so nice that his stuff is flawless.
Yeah.
He's a great dent guy, and he has got an attention for detail and the ambition to do it too. So
that's where I did a lot of doors. The auction, I was doing some 4 doors, Rob.
Yeah,
running through them.
Yeah. Have you seen his wagon, Corey's wagon?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I love it. God, I love it.
Not to mention the shop, but I mean, we can talk all night about Corey Pope's shop and all that. Yeah. But no, they're great, dude. We love them to death.
I'm hoping they're coming to the tech meetup. I sent them an invite, so they made it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they made it last year. I know they made it a year before.
They didn't make it last year. They made it a year before. Yeah.
Well, he's going to see this podcast. I know he is. So I'm going to tell him to go ahead and send you guys Christmas cards if you haven't got any already.
Yes, I
already know what it is.
Yeah, I got one. Amanda opened it. I was like, she's like, we got a card from Post. I was like, go ahead and open that. She's like, oh my God.
Because they redid it, I think, when they went back fishing this year.
Yep.
They redid the same one, so it'll be coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a new one every year. Yeah, it's a.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I hate to say this, but that's the only time that I actually get excited about looking for a Christmas card that I don't want to look at. No,
What's
I feel a little bit loved when I get one, but then it's like I
yeah,
ain't looking at it.
Yeah.
right.
So,
You don't hang it
PDR
on the
innocent.
fridge.
Where else can you get
mhm.
naked people Christmas cards and cat ball calendars and like we got so much weirdos in our
Oh man,
I
yeah,
love it.
But it's all out of love. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it
oh
really
yeah,
I'm a
is.
weirdo. Like I got the cat
yeah.
ball calendar hanging up back here.
Yeah. Goodness.
Love
Uh,
it.
So
so
so did you go out on the hill trail? I mean, when did you start going out on the hill trail? We know you did, but
yeah, I mean, let's see. So 2000, I think 2008, I think is whenever I had a couple small hailstorms at home,
yeah,
uh, in 2000, early 2007 and early 2008. And then, latter part summer, I'd say summer 2008 is where I kind of jumped out and got my feet wet, um, on the hail trail. So I was a, bona fide, I was a year and a half tech whenever I hit the trail.
gotcha.
And,
Where'd you go the first time?
the very first time I think would have been Decatur, Alabama.
Oh,
Yeah, Decatur,
I'm in
Alabama, 2008.
I'm in Mobile, so I'm way south of Decatur.
Oh yeah, you're
I'm in the bottom.
4.5 hours. Yeah, you're ways
Yeah.
away.
Yep.
But no,
I
it was good. It was a good learning experience for me, and it was the damage was pretty good size, and so that's where I got my feet wet, not only on hail but on big dents, to see if I could do it, and yeah, uh, just kind of just glad to have been a part of it. Really, yeah.
yeah.
Now a year and a half pushing and you're on the hell trail. How eye opening was that? Did you get out there and like, oh, like seeing people faster than you or whatnot?
Oh no, it didn't intimidate me at all, really. I mean,
Okay.
and I'm not saying that out of arrogance. I'm saying that out of I had on a 0 to 100 on ambition level to figure it out and to become my goal was to be the best dent guy in the world. And so, I had my heart set on it, not my mind or my ego.
Yeah.
And so, I just really wanted to become the best. I always strived to be the best at whatever I did. And so, and it was really never to boast around and say, man, I'm better than you, or, I can fix that and you can't, so ha ha. It was just that I genuinely wanted to figure a way out to be the best, you know. Um,
And
I don't know.
I think working hail too. It all to like when you travel. It helps having somebody you go do the work for. That even as a newer tech, even as a seasoned tech, like I don't do hail all the time. That's not what I do all the time. So my
Right.
speed isn't there like say John Yeager. My quality is. So like when I bring people in and stuff and they're like, hey, I'm not the fastest around. I don't care.
No.
I just
Exactly.
want the quality. So I'm not going to be over your shoulder. I'll QC stuff, first one or two. As long as I know you're doing great work,
That's like Kyle, who I got here this year with Hale. He said, we talked on the phone. He's like, I'm not the fastest. I was like, I don't need fast. As long as it's
yeah,
clean when it rolls
long
out,
as
I don't
clean.
care.
It's
Yeah.
my name.
Exactly.
We'll schedule accordingly. If you're slow, we can schedule to make it work. But we can't.
Yeah,
We can't do nothing
we're in
when
the
you're all
middle
chewed
of
up.
we're in the middle of a storm right now, and it just like I won't say a bad word about anyone. I don't I don't want to be a part of that really.
Yeah, no
I
drama.
will say that there are some guys out there that even 20-year technicians that they can do it, and they'll throw a scenario out there. Well, that would pass in Dallas. I'm like, this ain't
St.
Dallas, pal.
Dallas.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, this is my hometown, and so, um, and no, and I've got some good guys too. I've got some good guys that are working and doing, doing the best they can do. And this storm that we're in is
Just hammered.
it's hammered, 5-inch hail. So
Yeah.
it's
Ooh-wee.
yeah.
And that's what sucks too. Like knowing they're capable of doing it, they're just trying to pass on. It's like you could have got it done right, spent a few more minutes than like trying to get this to pass, and now we're going back and forth. Just get it right the first time and let's
Right,
roll.
right. It costs everybody time and money, and I mean, um, and one of my pet peeves is if you are if you're telling me the car is done, basically texting me every 5 seconds saying, "Hey, I need another car," then the car you're working on needs to be done.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't have to go back over it at all.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we've kind of run into that this year a little bit, and um, yeah, I've tried to have patience and help them, show them, hey, this is all you needed to do, and kind of help them clean up their stuff. And it gets a little irritating when it's redundant. I mean, it happens
Yeah.
over and over and over. So
Are you pushing a lot in the storm, or are you mainly managing it? And
I'm more management of the storm, but there comes scenarios where there's no other option but
yeah,
that I have to push. So
Mhm.
but you're
there's
trying
just
to
some
keep it to a last option, last resort type deal.
absolutely. Honestly, right now, guys, I've had enough of the chasing around and cleaning up. Honestly, that I would love to just sit my butt in a chair
Yeah.
and talk to an adjuster for 15 minutes and know that everything else is taken care of. And guess what? Me call the dent guy and say, hey, guess what? I just got you more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? That's
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy that. But then the other side of me says, guys, if you only knew how bad I wish I had your seat in the storm. You know,
Just
I,
pushing.
Yeah. It,
yeah, I'm good at
Oh, oh,
uh, there
I'm
you
good
are.
at the supplement part. But however, I would give my left arm for a chance to sit there in that seat and push dents all day.
that's
Yeah.
what I
So
keep. I got John Yeager at one of my body shops, and he's over just pushing. I was like, I'm gonna make you come over here and run my shop, and I'm just gonna go over here and just push every day.
yeah, I
Let's
wish
swap.
I could. Yeah,
But there's days
I
like,
had.
go ahead.
I was going to say I had my better half, Kimberly. She was helping me run the storm from Memorial Day to. She's also a teacher, so I had her for the summer,
Yeah.
and when I unfortunately had to see her wave goodbye and go back to school, that was a major blow. So
Hmm.
uh, she was really good at keeping things organized and just helping me to stay informed and things like that. So um, for anybody trying to run a storm, especially a heavy damage storm, you have to stay on top of your scheduling, your supplements, your
Yeah.
um,
It's a full-time job.
it's a
Hmm.
full-time job to do that just in and of itself. And if you don't stay on top of it, you're going to have a whole bunch of people, even techs, customers, body shops, whoever you're working for, that's going to throw their hands in the air and say, "What's going on here?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
having to pick
How
up where she left off is a little stressful on me, but
that's what I
I'm
got.
trying to manage it.
My wife works here full time, and she'll one day during the week she'll take off to kind of catch up on stuff at home or with the kids or whatever. And that one day a week she's out, I'm over here like going, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like she's like
Man,
your wife, very organized, got it all in check and stuff. So once she's out, I could feel it.
worth their weight in gold. I mean,
Hmm.
and especially if they are paddling the same way you are downstream, you can't you can't replace that. So
Absolutely.
it's priceless. Yeah.
Yeah.
now, do you have an actual like retail location, or are you just like renting a place for the storm? And
No, so this is my hometown. I actually have, as of right now, I've got 4 shops in my hometown,
awesome.
and yeah, I've got techs in every one of them,
Heck
and
yeah.
um,
Brandy, you better brag on Mandy.
I
Brandy's
love my wife. She is the best.
you know she's watching.
yeah, she's on here now.
She
Uh,
look. I've said it. What she does away from here is. I mean, yeah. I'd love to have maybe a little, especially when we're really busy. I'd love to have a little bit more help, like as far as doing estimates and being able to talk to like insurance and stuff. But what she does away from here, with the kids and everything they have going
Dents and
on,
all
I mean,
that.
good grief.
She said, "I'm kidding. I don't come in at lunchtime."
Yeah, and leave at 2:30, but that's all right.
What we eat for lunch? All right, I'm gonna head out.
No, I love her and proud of her for everything she does.
Yeah.
But how
Four
close are
shops
you
in
to?
town.
Yeah, how close are you to St. Louis?
St. Louis. So, just as a reference, if I was to give you a Busch Stadium reference, I'm 2.5 hours from the parking lot. So
You're over there close to. I know Andy Ott said it earlier. What's up, neighbor? You're close to him. Kind of
yeah,
Springfield area, I guess.
yeah. I'm 40 minutes from Springfield.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're right there with Finesse, and I mean, you're within a couple hours and stuff. And
like
and A1, yeah.
A1 is about a 50-minute drive for me, something like that.
Man, I'd be over there all the time, bugging like, "I come watch y'all make some tools."
Well, I used to be, and then John's like, Adam, I am staying pretty busy, so
Come on, man.
you might want to call next time before you show up at my doorstep here. I mean, I got things to do, but
Yeah,
no,
hard to stay out of there.
John's an incredible human being.
Absolutely.
Yeah, his wife, two very, very top-notch individuals,
Sure.
just care, and they care about listening to you and your opinion of what's going on in the industry. So, yeah, I've just been lucky enough to call them my friends, and I mean, really, all of the dent vendors, the DR Finesse. I mean,
I'm tight. I love Bonnie.
Bonnie and Tim, or
Bonnie's she's a dandy. I mean, Craig and Christina from Anson.
Absolutely.
I don't know them quite as well, but I can just tell you they're
awesome.
They're awesome people.
Yeah.
I think about the only one like big company I don't really know.
Pro PDR.
Well, I mean, like Ultra, I don't really know.
Yeah, they don't come to
Steve
MP and stuff. So
they didn't last year. And then of course we were talking about Dent Magic. Look, Dent Magic. Earlier we were talking before we started the show, but Dent Magic was my first set of tools. I found them. I'm like, hey, it was like $1,000, $999 for this set of tools. I was like, it'll get me going because I was actually used to working with Finesse tools, but the shop owned them, and but hey, and by the way, I own all those Finesse tools now that were at that shop.
I bet.
Yeah.
For $200 worth of dent repair, I traded them for all them tools.
He's talking about John Maria and Dent Slayer podcast. Matt Boyette was really talking about his tight bond with John Maria since they've been making his tools and everything. Like they just kind of get his vision and see what they're going. Like the huge praise for them. Yep. By the way, check out Dent Slayer podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, but every tool company, in my opinion, has got something that others don't. Yeah. And so, and another thing too, if you get to establishing a relationship with one of them, guys, just call them up, and if there's something that's in your brain, they can pretty much all of them make about whatever you can imagine. So, call them up and say, hey, this is my idea. I need something like this made. And so, I mean, the kind of ability that we have to make money by spending money is it's endless. And so, my advice would be, if you got something on your mind, just like I've done with A1 or Finesse or anybody, call them up, tell them to make the tool, and then send it to you, and you find a use for it. And if there's if something needs to be tweaked, I promise you keep that tool, because one of these days that tool is going to come in handy. So it's you can't have too many of them.
No, that's what Bonnie jokes him. He's like, there was one year she's like, you had more tools. We made you more special order tools than we have anybody all year long. I just kept on like, I need this, I need this, I need it. And they do. I mean, there's another company that will grab your vision out of your head and just make it. Boom, there it is in your hands. Not long after. It's amazing.
Kiko working on something for me right now, and I can't wait to get the final stuff on it. But anyway, yeah, go to get Andy's balloon tip well tail long tool that Finesse made for him.
Oh man, it's money.
Dude, that's one of the best daggone tools out there.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
You take a hatch off of a Hale car and you're hitting the braces from the back. It's just lined up perfectly. Gets right back there. Man, I love it. Any SUV or anything I got, that's automatically one of my 2 tools I'm using pretty much.
And then they'll do the handle in the color that's that you like me, is green and black. So
another thing, quick shout out to Tool Company. They're also got big hearts too. Like, in my tech meetup, I'll ask for, tool donations to help for, get more toys and stuff. And they're all on it. Like, yes. Huge shout out to all of them for that. So we got an amazing industry with amazing tool companies.
And hey, piggybacking off of that, let me just say, quit trying to buy your stinking glue tabs off Temu. Buy them from your support these.
Like Stephen, buy Dent Reaper. Don't buy Temu.
Yeah. I mean, all they're doing is copycatting, trying to copycat what's been put out there. And so quit doing that. Y'all make enough money to buy the actual real tabs. Enough of a rant on that.
Yeah. Well, I will. I've heard people complain about different tools or different tabs, or this breaks or that doesn't hold up like it should. I mean, guys, look at the wear and tear we put on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
moving metal.
I mean, over the years, I mean, my shoulders have had trouble keeping up. And do you know what kind of cranking I'm doing on tools all the time, every single day? And what we're asking $100 item to go $100,000 worth of waste. It's a they make more.
There's no end all, be all end all tool out there. The tabs are consumables, and a lot of these that are complaining about them breaking all the time, and all, I went through a whole bag, of these in a day. It's not always the tab. A lot of it has to do with the tech.
Yeah.
And the process on the glue. But that's a whole different podcast right there. I promise you, I could get into that all day long.
All day.
But
we're past the half-minute mark.
We're about to the 40
We're getting to the 40-minute mark every time now before we start talking about somebody, what they do outside there.
So, but you got 4 shops. Now I'm sure you are pretty much all Hale. I'm sure you do a couple of, a good bit of just retail or not. Like regular door dings and stuff, or just Hale.
So we are doing very, very limited door ding stuff right now. All we're doing is all Hale. Only if I have a dire emergency type situation will I agree on a door ding right now. I'm having a hard time finding enough time to do supplements and stay on top of the paperwork side of it and things like that.
Totally understand.
It's a 14, 16 hour day for me every single day, unless I got my son, and then it's not.
Right. Family's first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I won't give that up. But
blame you.
Yeah. Good Lord willing, it's just been good. It's been really good.
Awesome.
Non-hailstorm season, do you have 4 shops going in, or you just ramped up for this big hail?
Just hail, yeah. If we don't have hail, then it's not like I got to go searching for work, really. Yeah. Typically, but the money is nowhere near in the vicinity. So
right.
But I will say this: so we don't have 4 shops year round. Right now we've got 4 shops because of the situation.
Yeah.
And I typically have 1 retail location, and then now I'm actually building a barn dominium that's going to have basically a 50 by 40 shop as part of the building. And so 18-foot ceilings, so I don't care what you got. If you got it in it, I can get it in there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, now we're to the point where we need to get to know you outside of the PDR world. So
Well, no. I think
as
you're
of
treading
right
on
now,
thin
there
ice.
is look, that's the typical like answer we used to get is like, oh, is there a life outside of PDR?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if there's much to talk about, but yeah, no, there is. Yeah,
You
there's
can talk
more.
about your wife. You can talk about your kid. You know,
Yeah.
how long have you been married to her?
Well, we're actually not technically
Oh, well,
yet,
how long have
but
y'all been together?
for about a little over 3 years or so. Yeah.
See that's usually the answer that everybody has. When were you married? How long have you been married? Oh crap!
I
You
like
know,
how Drago last time he's like, man, she told me too, and like he forgot that she was
Yeah.
oh man,
Well, fortunately, life has its ups and downs, but it's definitely been a blessing for
well,
sure.
that was
we
awesome.
Yeah.
we all go through our
Had my
times
fair share of them,
of
yes.
struggles and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
And then so yeah, I'm a dent guy. She's a teacher, and that's why she has the patience to put up with me. So
what grades do you teach?
Bless her.
she just does all high school,
Okay.
and so yeah, right in my same age group. As far as the school.
Right. I don't know, man. High school kids now are rough. Like I would not want to teach high schoolers. Like we got two high schoolers at
God.
home, but I don't. I'm like, how do your teachers put up with you?
I
Yeah,
mean, and seeing all the freaking TikTok videos of how kids are now and that, and then like today, you got another daggum school shooting. You know, a 14-year-old going in and shooting up. School, killing 4 and 9 more injured and stuff. I mean, but you look and you don't know the whole answer. I mean, the whole reason why on this, but I mean, I see it all the time now, TikTok and all that. All the stupid videos of the students are just beating the crap out of each other, beating the crap out of the teachers, and I mean, there's no respect. Back when we were younger, oh my God,
the
you
guy
didn't do that crap.
I hate to say this, but so I don't really want to get into a lot of politics here, but I will say this. Typically, in an election year,
Mm-hmm.
is when things like that tend to happen,
I
and
know. That's
so
the same thing I was thinking all day today.
I don't really want to give an opinion on that, but
No, I'm good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it just
It.
my 2 cents. It's just awful kind
I
of.
just. I feel for teachers now. Man,
Yeah,
it's
they don't
just.
get paid enough to do that crap. I'm like, man, what? Like
Mm-mm.
that's a.
Not only that, but guys, teachers should make $100,000 a year base
Oh,
pay.
I was about to
God,
say
yes.
And
six. That's a six-figure job. Like with the work you got to do.
absolutely. And the other one, cops should make 6 figures starting out. But they should get incentives beyond that point for their performance.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a really good teacher and your kids put you on a certain level to vote on you for whatever, I mean, that's just my opinion. I think that they put up with way more crap in a given school year
Yeah.
than any of us will in a given hail year. So my hats off to them. I think.
This is why my kids have gone to a private Christian school all their life, and my 2 college ones are in private Christian colleges.
Yeah,
it's just different, man. It is.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I wish we had. Mm, let's just say, I just wish we had a little bit better options for that.
yeah,
Around
yeah.
here,
Not
some places to
everybody
go.
has great options for it, but
Mm-hmm.
especially, I mean,
No,
my area. We got lucky. We got a couple of. I think this is the best private school, because I know some of the others, and they're almost like pretty much like a public school. I
yeah,
mean, how it is. Some of the Catholic ones around here are kind of worse than the public school. But
yeah. You got to be careful where you send your kids. I mean, it's just I mean, we're in a small town in USA here, middle of the country, so it's
yeah,
not typically. Uh, I mean, we see some stuff, and some stuff's kind of integrated into the school system at this point, But when you start seeing somebody walk around school that's got a tail hanging out,
yeah,
that Well, it makes me think of the tag team, the Olympics. But
hey, Bert and Ernie here. We can't.
Bert and Ernie, I'm getting ready to say that.
Yeah, that's only one day a year, not every
but
day.
it's all for fun, and we don't.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we don't identify as Bert.
We don't have litter boxes.
Well, I got to have one of them new T-shirts. I mean, I don't know what a guy's got to do to get one of them new T-shirts, but that is awesome.
PDRapparel.com. They're 10% off right now, so it'll be shipped.
Yeah, I didn't hear you. What do you say that website was again?
PDRapparel.com.
There you go. I think we should
plug. Nice
top
little
of the
plug
screen
there.
right here. There you go.
Yeah. I see it up there at the top.
I'll text it to you after the show, but Labor Day sale with all the shirts and all that right now.
No, I just got you to say it again, just in case somebody missed it. I just little
like
prop
it.
to you.
Yeah,
I like
everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
So, what are some things when it's not hail season and you're not 7 days a week or whatever? What do y'all like to do? I mean, y'all like to,
hunt,
fish.
Every bit of it. If it has to do with God's creation outdoors, man, I'm in it. Fishing is really my biggest passion outside of family and dent work. I mean, it'd be easier for me to sit there and give you a long story about how I do nothing else in my life except for push dents, and that would be a lot of truth. However, I've made investments into things to make myself go and do these other things, and if it sits there long enough, I mean, that old saying, like, you don't have to. You see it on a T-shirt or something where it says, just because my wife reminds me every 6 months to do something doesn't mean that I need to do it right now. But that's your reminder that you have a life outside of work. And so if I had any advice for somebody coming into this industry, if I had any advice for anybody that is overworked and just is trying to look at that goal at the end of the year. Take a little bit of what you earn throughout the course of the year and go invest in something that makes you spend time doing something else. And
don't go buy big trucks with big wheels and buckle jeans. Like let's invest in something.
Yeah, leave your Flixton shirt at the mall. Okay.
Let's do something cooler.
Go buy a boat. Buy a boat and get your kids into fishing, and in that way that will be a draw for you to get away from work.
Invest the time with your family.
Especially I'm not a fisherman. Kids. Mine's golf. Like I'll get away from you. Golf's my disconnect and play one, every Sunday or whatnot, and not think about work. You got to.
I mean, and Andy can attest because he come down and worked with me for 2 weeks, but during the summer a couple of years ago. But during that time, my son was playing. During the summer was showcase baseball, so we traveled a lot during the summer. But that was always our connection, baseball with my son, and volleyball and other things with my oldest daughter, and my youngest daughter is dance. I mean, there's so much invested, and we support them and do as much as we can with them on all this type of stuff that it's.
I forgot to mention I actually coach my boys baseball team.
Nice.
And I want to get him involved in as many sports as he can, but I don't want him trying to accomplish 3 sports at once either. I mean, it's just
that's a burnout.
Well, not only that, but it's not a burnout just for me, but it's going to be a burnout for him because he's going to get confused by all the stuff going on. So
it's like my son started out, his first one at 4 years old was soccer, and this because it was a good one to start out with. Then it went straight into baseball, which it was 2 different seasons, and then got into football, but it ended up with just baseball, in the long run. But he played everything all the way through middle school, basketball. I mean, he was good at it, but we didn't force him. Hey, won't you play soccer? Hey, won't you play baseball? But I helped coach. That was about all the forcing we did, Then it was up to him if he wanted to continue. Same thing with our daughters and dance and volleyball and all this kind of stuff. It was, hey, we left it up to them. They didn't want to do it and they didn't want to give it their all. But if they started it and then, they decided, I don't want to do this. No, you started. You're going to finish it right now. And then
next season you don't have to do it again. But if you start something, you finish it. That way later on in life, when you start something, you'll finish it.
Right. Yeah. Does your son enjoy fishing with you?
Oh yeah, he's been bugging me here lately, so I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to put the pen and the tools and everything else down and get him on the water. But
what kind of fish is your favorite? What kind of fishing?
So bass fishing, crappie is a big deal here in Missouri, and then catfishing is kind of a big deal.
Same as down here.
Honestly, I hate to say it. I mean, my favorite kind of fishing doesn't have anything to do with freshwater. So,
you'd really love it down here.
Find you a 42-foot center console and take off about 10 miles off the beach somewhere. Yeah. That's where I really love to be.
If you got several $100,000, you can do that.
You can rent it.
Well,
I know.
Yeah, I could pay somebody's wages for the day is what I can do.
Absolutely, that's what I've done.
Take me out there, yeah.
And I'm not a fisherman, but I did enjoy like deep sea fishing. Like there's no sitting and waiting. You drop a line and you're working. Like it's go.
Eric Jacobson actually lives down around St. Augustine. He just posted on there. He said, "Let's roll." Man, that guy's a jet ski nut. So I can only imagine what it'd be like. Two guys on a jet ski going with fishing poles 18 miles out of the shore.
Yeah, you sit back to back, and one on the back trolls the whole time.
Oh yeah. Not keep going. I can still see land. Go. Yeah.
That's like, you see the new setups they have on some of these jet skis that are strictly made for like fishing and stuff. It's crazy. Oh, I know. Dude.
I would love to have one of those. But it seems like such a selfish thing to me, honestly. And the reason why is
just by yourself.
Yeah, I'm a family guy, and if I want to go fishing, I really want somebody to go with me. I really don't. Not very many times do I really want to fish alone. I mean, unless I just need to clear my head for whatever reason, I like to take somebody with me because I want to enjoy it with somebody, And
I have fun catching trash fish, trolling up and down, pretty much the beach, kind of. Just catching. Just making it fun. Throw the crap back, and especially up and down the beach trolling for speckle. King, and I had this one set up one time. I can't remember what it was. It had like 5 different little hooks on it. You throw it out there, I get 5 bait fish as soon as it hit the water. And it makes you feel like you're pulling in a huge fish, but it's I'm talking about, little bait fish like that big, take them all off. It was so much fun.
Unless you're tournament fishing or unless you're really out there specifically trying to fill a boat with a limit of something.
Yeah.
I think if we all would be real, that we're all just
sport.
We'd all just like to, just go out there and catch something. It's a lot funner to catch something a whole bunch of times than it is to catch nothing, being so specific and putting pressure on yourself. Like some of these guys that they go out. I live within 20 minutes or so of Lake the Ozarks, born and raised here. I've got vast knowledge of the lake and the people that fish it.
Yeah.
You'll see a guy come up out of the boat launch up at the gas station just up the road, and man, fish weren't biting today. I ain't never buying those stupid lures again. This, that. I'm going, man, you got to fish today.
Yeah.
Like,
it's called fishing, not catching.
He's so been out of shape about. I just got done working 14 hours. I wish I was doing what I wish I could switch places with you. So
it's like me if I wanted to go somewhere and, like I said, catch a limit, but in my area, private ponds and that, you can go catch whatever the heck you want to. Like friends that have ponds, if I wanted to go fill up with bluegill, I just go out there and within 10 minutes, I got an ice chest full. Big as your hand, or if not bigger. Then you got to clean all of them.
Yeah.
And,
That's what my favorite part of fishing is eating it. Like I can go to the fried fish spot and be happy.
Yeah, one of my fondest memories as a kid was whenever my family took a float trip. I'll never forget it. We took a float trip down it's called the Gasconade River. It's not very far from here. And then we had several families that joined us. And I was probably 7, 8 years old, I'm guessing. And I don't remember every detail of the day, but what I do remember is toward the end of the day, in the afternoon, we pulled over. We took about 10, 15 minutes to clean the fish that we'd caught. I think we'd caught 30, probably. I'm just guessing. But it was enough to feed everybody.
Yeah.
And we had a bag of potatoes that we took with us and a bag of onions we took with us. And I'm sure all the adults had a cold beer in their hand at all times.
Right.
It was one of the funnest days I can remember as a kid. And it just gravel bar, catch for the day, and it's man, that's where it's at. That's where you find your peace in life, is moments like that.
But something about water, like, is just calming to me. Like being on the river, being on, just seeing the water is just like a calm relief. I love it. Like, and I ain't even talking about fishing. I can be sitting on a boat or sitting on a dock, and I'm just happy as can be, just calm.
Yeah, Mark Turkis posts pictures of his big boat on the on the internet all the time. It's like, I hate to admit this, but I'm actually jealous of that guy.
We'll delete that out. We'll edit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's like down here. I mean, unless you're just going out all the time, there's no sense to own a big boat. I mean, because there's the beach and all. There's so many charters, man, and you just pay, go out there, you catch it, they clean it. I mean, it's just that's it, But it's awesome.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I mean, there is more to me than fishing.
So you like to hunt?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Born and raised doing that. I can get my son into that as well. And
that's my time away from here. Is I just love sitting in the woods and when I want to kill something, I'll kill it. I'm not necessarily about all the horns, but I'm about the meat. And when I want to shoot it, I'm going to shoot it and fill up the freezer. And the rest of the time, just enjoy it.
Yeah, when it comes to hunting anymore, I mean, I quit keeping count a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so I know that a lot of hunters are, man, I've killed 48 deer. I've killed 76 deer. Like I forgot how many.
Right.
But I can tell you this: I'm to a point in my life where I'd rather take my smartphone and my son.
Yeah.
And if there's a chance to catch a moment with him, if he's not big enough to shoot a high-powered rifle yet, I will get him involved in the situation. I'll say, all right, are you watching? Can you stand up here and look at this? And then after the shot, I mean, it'll be a celebration. We run out there to the deer, let him, like set on it, and then he grabs the horns or whatever it winds up being, and so it's a whole thing, and it has nothing to do with whether I killed that deer or not, or brownie, or let's see, like prestige points for myself. Yeah. It's all about showing him that it's not only the tradition, but it's something that you need to know, and something that you get to celebrate. So it doesn't have to be something you hang in Bass Pro.
For him, it's and he doesn't realize it yet, but he'll always remember those times.
Yeah. He wants us to run it back, start all over again.
Sorry, Danny, you got to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But like I can remember the first time I went with my dad to the camp and all that, and I would walk in the woods with him. We'd go, sit on a tree stand or whatever, and back then they were all made out of wood, lean-tos, So you're climbing straight up on 2x4s and get up there. But I'd carry a 410 with a shell in my pocket, just breakaway 410, shell in the pocket, nothing in the gun. Felt like I was the greatest thing ever until I finally got up the nerve to shoot a 30-30. And then that afternoon, I remember the first time shooting first deer. My chair didn't have a back on it, just two old wooden chairs. and I shot, and it knocked me backwards. But I remember him reaching back, catching me, putting me up. I shot the deer in the leg, broke the leg. It takes off. After he puts me up, he gets his 30-06 and drops the deer. But that was the first one. Like, I remember all that. I mean, that was our time. Like, and that's why I am like I am today, even with my son going to the camp. It's about getting away, just spending time. It's not about how these hunters want to join these big clubs and all that. You know, I don't care about the horns. It's fun. You know, we eat the meat. Like, that's the hamburger meat that we eat year round. It's all deer burger.
So I like my deer like my fish, like in meat form, and I just cook it and eat it. Like,
but it's. I remember back all those years. I mean, from the time I was 5 years old, you know, to now, just I can always remember back. I know my son's the same way, and he shot his first big deer year before last, and I went and just sat with him. And when he was looking through the scope, and I videoed him, but afterward, and even on the video, he's like, after he shot it, he's like, I'm shaking so bad. You know, you could feel it vibrating through the shooting house. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you had buck fever, you know. I said, I used to get that way with a doe. As soon as I put the gun up, I start shaking, you know. It's just something about it. And he'll always remember that moment. And your son will do the same thing.
So we should go squirrel hunting or fishing with Daddy again. That's my granddad. And he had me fishing and hunting and all, dragging me out at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah.
But it was a good time. And looking back on those memories, like, I wouldn't trade them for the world.
It's like that Trace Atkins song. She thinks that we're just fishing or whatever. I always, you know, think back to that song and like, yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember so many times, whether it be deer hunting or whether it be fishing, you know, as long as I was there with my dad, or if I was there with not just my dad, but we had, you know, extended family that would go with us fishing or hunting or whatever it was. Man, I don't remember why I received a butt whooping over what I did this one day, but I can remember that fishing trip.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
And it's things that you just it gives you the butterflies when you start thinking about it in your belly of just the peace that doing stuff like that. So again, and I know I said this earlier, but if you have any opportunity to put the tools down, not worry about that next $100 or you know, rushing out to get you your next door ding or just trying to gobble up every dent that you can gobble up. I mean, if you're doing okay, make sure you separate time if you can, if it's possible, which I know, like right now I'm not practicing what I preach because I'm so busy I can't see straight, but when it is possible, I'm going to take time and I'm going to do that.
Remember, there's only so much time, especially when they're at any age that they are with you, and having 2 of them in college right now, and just having our youngest, our 12-year-old, still at home. It's weird. It's not, you know, I was like, yeah, I'm ready for this. Yeah. I'm not ready for the kids to be gone, dude. I mean, I can get emotional if I wanted to, but it's weird, especially my oldest, my girl. I mean, she's a junior in college now. I love having her home. I miss her to death. She's doing great. My son, I was like, yeah, he's gonna do good, and he is doing great. He's 2 weeks in or whatever to college, but even though he just was sitting in his room, like if we're all at home, now I miss that. You know, I mean, you miss knowing that they're there, just the knowledge of it. Now they're not. So now you got to call them. You got to do whatever to keep up with them. And, you know,
and man, life gets busy. So when they get a life of their own, I mean, once they graduate high school, man, it really turns into it overnight. So, whenever they get a life of their own, it's no matter what, you want to help them. You want to shelter them. You want to still have that real close relationship that you've had at moments in their life, but you can't. You know, it's different. Everything seems to change, and it's so hard to let go because you you've always just wanted to be there and be their best friend and help them through everything they face. But unfortunately,
we were like that, and you don't look back and it's like well, I guess my parents had to just let us go,
figure it out.
let your wing, like a butterfly, let your wings, come out and you fly off.
Yeah.
But
somehow the three of us has made it this far.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And our parents were a lot tougher than we probably were. On
my mom was watching.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
Raised a fine young man. She did good.
Yeah.
I had to say so myself. Oh man. Well, man, we are an hour 5 in, so we made it.
Flew by.
And, it flew by, and of course we appreciate you coming on, Adam. And
yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Can't wait to I'll send you my number and all that, and just kind of keep up with each other and stuff. And
we'll see you guys be at MTE in January.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. We're not going to Vegas this month. But we'll be at MTE, and
yeah, we can actually stop and say hi to each other. And like I said, we've seen each other's MTE just passing and stuff. So all right, what's up, buddy?
I think that we actually may have visited before, but I know in the hustle and bustle of here's the thing. I don't remember names very well, but I always remember somebody that I talked to or something like that. And so I think I actually have sat and visited with you guys for a little bit, but it was briefly. And it's in the hustle and bustle of an MTE.
I'm like a crackhead at MTE. I'm just bouncing, talking. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
Yeah. And ever since we've had the show and all that, people that we've never met in person, they're coming up to us all the time and just want to introduce themselves, stuff like that. Everybody's wanting to talk, and it's like I don't remember half the conversation. Like, even
makes us feel good though. Like we got people watching.
But like last year I didn't. Actually, the last 2 years I haven't really seen the entire show. You know what I mean? Like last year I was so busy.
I come home and buy tools. I come home from MTE and get online. Like, damn it, I didn't get no tools that I was supposed to get.
But I missed the sale. Dang it.
Yeah. No, it's awesome, and can't wait to see you down there. And one more year. So they were booking up, so they're y'all need to go check, see if there's any rooms if you haven't booked it yet. But it's the first weekend of February again.
At
the Gaylord. We'll be back at Rosenshingle the next year, so that'll be even better. But anyway, can't wait to see you down there, brother. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me. Like I said, you guys are genuine dudes, and I just want you to know that I watch your podcast quite a bit, and it's
appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, I mean, you're pardon my French on here, but you're not. I mean, you guys aren't doing this for ulterior motives or to raise hell. So I mean, it's anything that can spread love in the industry is a really, really good thing, and
absolutely,
you guys represent that well.
We appreciate it. Yeah, there's no agenda with us, and it's just you get what you get with us. We're just goofballs and just want to get to know technicians, man. This is the best industry around, and 99% of us are a huge family. And shut up, Manny.
Full of shit.
And we don't worry about the other 1%, but we appreciate everybody watching and commenting tonight.
Yeah, thank you all. It's been great.
Yeah, we'll of course we'll let you know who we got on next week. But yeah, we kind of got back into a rhythm of having shows every week. Yeah. So we got out of that for a little bit when we were busy.
Yeah, you had baseball and I had hell, which I still do, but
baseball, hell. Last year I had hell and 7 days a week. So yeah, we're good right now. But anyway, thank y'all again for watching. Thanks again, Adam, for being on. And we'll put you in the back room and say our goodbyes in just a minute. But peace out.
Bye, everybody.